Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 14 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 14 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. If you've seen this before and you know how it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 100 samples in my sample collection and my wife has picked 24 at random. She'll put one a day into a blue GlenAllachie glass and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. This is just for fun, so sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. Shall we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so I'm getting like toffee and caramel, like fudge. Definitely making me think this is sherried. Very, very sweet indeed. Very nice. Not really getting much more at this stage. Don't think it's overly high ABV. But yeah, struggling to pick out much more. Oh, there's a little bit of fruitiness coming through. A little bit of red fruits. But this isn't giving away much. Let's move on to the palate. Yeah, I think this is a little bit hotter than I was expecting on the palate compared to the nose. I don't think it's overly hot though. I think it's probably 50% ABV. There's really nice fruitiness to this, which is really sort of sucking my cheeks in. It's slightly tannic, slightly drying. There's a really nice cinnamon note on this. Yeah, it really has a Christmassy vibe, but a lot of whiskies like this that are sort of, you know, sherried or red wine matured have that Christmas feeling, but don't really have the baking spices to go with it. This tastes like somebody's just sort of dipped a cinnamon stick in my whiskey. Yeah, very nice, but unusual. Let's have another sip. Yeah, I'm starting to get some charred oak. I'm starting to get some malted cereal. That sort of malted barley notes coming through now. The fruitiness is sweet, but I wouldn't say it's too sweet because that dryness that comes at the end sort of tames it a little. The ABV, I think, is definitely around the sort of 46, 40... 48, maybe even 50 at a push, but yeah, definitely it came across a little hotter initially than I was expecting, but I think the influence from the wine or sherry is definitely dried this out a little, and it definitely dominates. It's what's most noticeable about this dram. So yeah, let's have one final sip. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say this isn't Scotch. There's something about it that it's either not Scotch or it's quite young, or both. But I think it's possibly not a Scotch whisky. I think it's possibly... Actually, there's a little bit of the youthfulness that's coming through now. Reminds me a bit of English whiskies, particularly Bimber, but English whiskies because they tend to be quite young. Obviously, this could be a push a young Scottish whisky, but I think this is a youngish non-Scotch. But yeah, I think it's possibly Bimber, but I think it's a non-Scotch and probably English. Yeah, I think, and obviously it's been aged in some sort of red wine or sherry or something like that. But yeah, should we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's GlenAllachie 10-year-old cask strength. It's 55.9% ABV, and it was sent to me by Wash House Whisky. So yeah, thanks Dave for sending me that. GlenAllachie 10-year-old. It's funny because every time I say GlenAllachie, I get it wrong, and I didn't say it this time, and it's a GlenAllachie. So it definitely comes across quite young. It definitely doesn't come across as hot as the ABV suggests this is. And yeah, obviously I said it wasn't Scotch. I said it was probably quite young. So I don't think I got anything right with this. I'm certain this is matured in some sort of sherry or whatever. If I can find out what this is aged in, I'll put it on screen for you now. But yeah, another lesson in how to get things wrong with whiskey. So I definitely need to drink some more GlenAllachie. I've even got an unopened bottle that I've been meaning to open for a while. So maybe I need to do a little bit more homework with GlenAllachie and get those memory banks working. If you've tried this from GlenAllachie, then let me know your thoughts of it in the comments. And if you haven't, and there's a GlenAllachie you think I should try, then also let me know in the comments as always, and I'll take a look. Hopefully you found that interesting, and hopefully you'll come back tomorrow for day 15. Stauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment? And please consider subscribing for more videos like this.